Apple just announced that their first live sporting event on Apple TV, LA Galaxy vs Houston Dynamo FC MLS match, was completely shot on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Every single angle from that stream came from an iPhone. And that's pretty crazy, which led to a ton of spotlight on the iPhone 17 Pro. Again, should you get one? Well, I've been using the iPhone 17 Pro for almost 7 months now, and this is an amazing iPhone, but there are some things you should know before you buy one. Starting off with the aluminum frame and design, this is, at first, a really different look to the iPhone. But after 7 months of use, I don't know if it's the best, because it's less durable, yes, and it's way less premium than the older iPhone 16 Pro Max. When you hold it, you feel it. It's lighter, it's smoother, but it's way less durable. I mean, car keys, dust, lint from your pocket will scratch these iPhones. So if you have an iPhone 17 Pro, I totally recommend you getting a case, because this will scratch up pretty fast. As for the rest, the aluminum body makes it feel way less premium than the iPhone 16 Pro Max, even though they cost the same and they are on the same trajectory, so they are the same model lineup. I would say that I'm pretty disappointed with that. This is probably one of my biggest gripes with the iPhone 17 Pro, the lack of durability. I've switched case on mine, which means that Apple replaced my aluminum case with a new one because my buttons sticked. Yes, I had stuck buttons on my iPhone for the first time ever, and that's pretty crazy. So that's lots of issues on quality control. These aluminum bodies are not as resistant. I always wore a case, and lint and trouble went into those buttons, and they all, I mean, no exception, they all stuck up. So the volume up, volume down, the lock and unlock button, the action button, they all stopped working. That's pretty crazy for a $1,000 phone. So I would say that durability issues plus a weaker construction for the aluminum frames, this is probably the biggest problem with the iPhone 17 Pro that you will encounter. But with this, something good came up. The iPhone 17 Pro does not overheat, ever. It never gets hot, and that's something that most people really actually complain about their older iPhones. The iPhone 16 Pro Max, the iPhone 15 Pro Max, they all got too hot in very unlike conditions, because the iPhone 16 Pro Max, just by using the camera, shooting video, got extremely hot, uncomfortable almost, while the iPhone 17 Pro never, when I say never, it's never gets hot. Because of this new vapor chamber technology, the aluminum body that dissipates heat much better, this iPhone was made for long periods of performance. And that's exactly what Apple demonstrated on that match, while they were live streaming a match, recording it on an iPhone to millions of people watching with several camera angles. So this is truly the first professional iPhone out there, and Apple just shows us how to use it. On the subject of the cameras, these are truly impressive. And I went on a trip in Tenerife. I went on several actually, Budapest, Tenerife already with this iPhone, and I've taken beautiful photos. Still not comparable to mirrorless cameras. The telephoto is getting very close. This new 4x telephoto, 40 megapixel sensor, it's awesome. It's incredible. It takes a beautiful portrait photography. You can crop in 2 times, getting 8x optical zoom quality, sort of, and all the photos look professional, they look creamy, they look really good with natural bokeh on them. So I would say that the processing on the iPhone is extremely well tuned now. It's extremely perfected, and it has that iPhone look. But the photos all look amazing, they all look Instagram professional-like, and they all look like they were taken from an iPhone. And that's really important, because that iPhone look, it's almost traditional now. The thing is, I don't think it's enough to justify the $1,100, to justify all the fuzz about this being a camera iPhone. A professional iPhone is still not capable of replacing a mirrorless camera, and you know it. Obviously, recording a whole match using the iPhone 17 Pro is crazy, and the video on the iPhone is truly incredible and impressive. This is probably the best attribute from the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone in general, the video. The video here is quite insane. I mean, it can record 4K, 120 frames per second, insane. It can record 4K ProRes RAW with Apple Log. I mean, that's crazy for professionals that love to color grade. And the iPhone 17 Pro is no different, and it doesn't miss on that. This is the best video phone out there. If you want to take video with your phone, do YouTube videos, do professional stuff, even because this is the iPhone Pro model, this is the iPhone for you. This is the only phone you should get actually. If you are simply a recreational photographer that loves to take photos of its family, pets, kids, or even to travel, this is an amazing choice, but I think it's kind of overkill if you are upgrading from an iPhone 15 Pro or upwards. If you have an older iPhone than that, 14 Pro, 13 Pro, whatever, this is a great option, great upgrade, and you will definitely feel the difference on the camera side. Newer than that, I think it's more of a gimmick, more of a marketing than actually improvements. Don't get me wrong, I love having the best camera available to record my memories. I'm just saying that I don't think this is big enough in terms of upgrades to justify over the 15 Pro Max and 16 Pro Max. The thing is, the iPhone 18 Pro Max is right up the door, so we'll get them in September, October timeline, depending whenever you buy it, but those iPhones will have a variable aperture camera. It means that the aperture will change depending on the lighting conditions. Better and more natural bokeh, sharper photos, and obviously a bigger sensor that can capture more light. This is the future of the iPhone for cameras. So if you wait a bit longer, you can have that. Obviously for the ultra-wide telephoto, I don't think we'll get any changes this year, but let's wait and see. Another big aspect from that broadcast highlighted was the transfer speeds from the USB-C port. Yes, for broadcasting, Apple surely connected the USB-C port to a computer, and they broadcasted the footage, which means that this has a fast enough port to transfer 4K footage from an iPhone directly live streaming it. That's insane, and that's the power of USB-C for you guys. So yes, this is USB-C 3.0 speeds, the same as every other flagship phone, but this highlights how fast it is. And if you don't have a USB-C iPhone, if you are coming from a Lightning iPhone 14 Pro Max downwards, you will feel a big difference. Charges much faster, and obviously transfer speeds are much faster. So transferring documents from your computer to your iPhone via cable, instant. And obviously this also enables a plethora of accessories. You can now get external SSDs for your iPhone 17 Pro. It's crazy, but it's true. You can connect them via USB-C and get like an extra 2 TB or 4 TB option for your iPhone, which is kind of crazy. So if you want to record ProRes RAW on your iPhone, probably just like Apple did, you will need external SSDs. Connect them via USB-C and record the footage there. You cannot record it internally because it takes too much space. Otherwise, this is an awesome phone with an awesome port. Finally, Apple gave up USB-C with the iPhone 15 Pro and they never went back. The display is probably where it disappoints the most in terms of upgrades. The iPhone 17 Pro has the same display as the iPhone 16 Pro. That's just it. You don't notice any differences in terms of bezel size, in terms of speed, in terms of brightness, none. The same. Apple actually announces that this is a brighter display, but in only very bright conditions outside in the summer, you can definitely notice a tiny bit of change. Otherwise, inside, normal days, you can't. And upgrading from an iPhone 16 Pro expecting a better screen, well, that's gotta be disappointing. Finally, the biggest upgrade that I've felt over the last 7 months with this iPhone was definitely not exclusive for the iPhone 17 Pro, but to the iPhone 17 lineup, was the front-facing camera. This is the best upgrade that I've ever seen for a while on an iPhone in terms of live quality, because it takes beautiful selfies, beautiful selfie video, and it became useful again. Because I can now record shorts, I can now record Instagram stories using the front-facing camera to Instagram, to YouTube, without needing to worry about camera quality. It's now a center stage camera, so it can follow you around, gives you quite a nice niche of features for the camera app, but it does follow you. So it's a pretty useful center stage camera. It's not like the iPad, because that one is a super wide lens. This one, it isn't, but it's very useful. It has 2 modes. You can zoom in, zoom out, and you can follow you around. It's quite useful, actually. And to wrap up these 7 months of use, I need to say, I'm tired of the orange color. Yes, I completely regret buying the orange iPhone 17 Pro. I wish that I've gotten to the blue, but still, that's not my only regret. Not buying the iPhone 17 Pro Max is my biggest regret. I bought the iPhone 17 Pro and this is an awesome iPhone. It's an awesome phone and I love the size for the first few months. But then I went back for the iPhone 16 Pro Max from an experiment point of view. And I simply fell in love again with the bigger display. You can't simply explain why, but it's so good. It's creamy, it's big, it's responsive. It's how you should use your iPhone. So I would say that if you want the iPhone 17 Pro, consider again. Going to the store, pick up the 17 Pro Max. I promise it's never too big. And so, these were my last 7 months with the iPhone 17 Pro. If you are considering buying one, I hope this video is useful. Thank you guys for watching. Drop a like down below. Subscribe to the channel for more Apple content. See you next time. Bye-bye.